Welcome ladies and gentlemen to this Age of Empires 4 build order tutorial for the Ottomans, and we're going to start off with a drush into 2 town center build order. And what we do, we start off by queuing villagers as usual from our town center. We take the scout to find sheep, and we're going to take 5 of the starting 6 villagers to mine 50 stone without building the mining camp. They're going to come back home, they're going to deposit that stone in the town center and then go to straggler tree. One of the remaining 6 villagers will go to straggler tree to start off with, and new villagers from the town center will be rallying to sheep. So as you can see, those villagers coming back, going to deposit the stone and then go to straggler tree. Before they do though, one of them is going to build a house, one of them is going to build a military school, as you can see right now, and those builder villagers will then go to sheep. That will leave you with 4 villagers on straggler tree, and we'll be taking 2 villagers off that straggler tree to build a lumber camp and 2 to build a mining camp at the gold. But that's only when the straggler tree has been completely taken. So we want to completely take that straggler tree, and then 2 of them will go to wood, 2 of them to gold. Alright, pretty big mouthful there to start off. It's a pretty complicated one to start off with if you're not used to it, but when you get used to it, it's fantastic because this build order can actually be adapted. Once we start building the landmark, we can actually switch this to a fast castle build rather than a 2 town center build. So I really like that. We've got the military school up and running now. That's going to be waypointed forward. We'll get spearmen out there, harass our opponent. That's exactly what we want to do. Give us some breathing space to get our own second town center up. The scout is going to come back around with one last swoop of sheep and then head forward to find out what our opponent's up to, because we need to find out where their key resources are. What can we deny? Can we deny gold? That's ideally what we want to target. Now, as you can see, the straggler tree has just been taken, so 2 go to gold, 2 go to the lumber camp at the wood. Now we're going to aim for 10 villagers on food right now, and so 3 more to food, and then we'll get 1 more to gold. So 10 to food and then 1 more to gold to add to the 2 that's already there, and then we'll be pretty close to aging up. So we're going to take our scout forward now, find out what our opponent's up to. I'm going to take this opportunity to say that I do have PDF build orders on the channel. If you're interested, do check out the video description. You give you some instructions. It's mostly there for a perk for the channel members, just to make it a bit easier for them. In any case, I'm going through the build today anyway, so it's pretty in-depth. There we are. Almost 10 on food, just 1 more. Spearman pops out. Going to be going forward, try and get as much value as we possibly can. And I feel like this is going to be a strong build order for the Ottomans, because you've got that Dark Age rush, and it doesn't really stop your kind of age up or your second town center all that much, and hopefully you should be able to get some value as well, especially if your opponent's gold is forward. Today on this demonstration, actually, the gold is actually at the back, so it's less than ideal, but it is what it is. And so we've got 10 on food, 1 more to gold from the town center now then, and then we'll be rallying to wood after that. Now we are going to go up with the Twin Minaret Madrasa landmark. We're going to take the 3 villages off of gold to build that landmark. Obviously, once we've got the resources. To age up, we need 400 food and 200 gold. So once you've got 200 gold, we're taking those 3 villagers to build the Twin Minaret Madrasa, which also acts as a mill. So we're going to be placing that on the berries. Right, there's the back gold that they have. And we're going to build a house on the way with the wood villager. Almost there. There we are, ready to build our landmark. And the landmark that we're choosing for this particular demonstration is the Twin Minaret Madrasa, but you could go for the other landmark as well if you wish to for trading. In any case, what we'll need to do at this point is we're taking those 3 villagers off of gold to build that landmark, but we took 6 villagers off of food to go to stone. And all the new villagers, again, will be going to the wood, and that's the case until we get up to the next stage. You can drop that second town center. Now, this is actually the point in the build order where I divulge a little bit of things, because we can either go for this 2 town center build, which we're demonstrating today in this video, or you can actually go for a fast castle behind this. And so if you're interested in the fast castle build, do check out the YouTube channel. I've got that build order on here, and this is where it splits off. So you can actually memorize basically 2 build orders for the price of 1, at least up until the 4-minute mark. And what we'll be looking for is where we will place our second town center as well, ideally on a deer patch near a wood line, and making sure that our opponent is nowhere near our base to deny that second town center. And we will actually leave 2 villagers on stone after taking the 4 villagers off of stone to build that second town center. And that's because we actually want some stone for the next military school or academy. I can't quite remember which one it is called, but in any case, so we're going to be building the second town center with at minimum 4 villagers off of stone. We can sometimes consider adding in villagers off of wood if we so wish to do so. But we're going to have to obviously wait until we get to the next stage before we think about doing that. And the idea is just to keep our opponent away from our base as much as we can, keep harassing them, force them to push back your spearmen first, and that means you can pretty much very nicely operate and get your second town center up and running. Also to think about is the costs for different types of units, because when we do get the second town center, very shortly after that we'll be spending the wood that we have on production buildings. And of course we'll be building those production buildings near towards that military academy, that military school, because we'll be placing a blacksmith around there as well. The blacksmith for the Ottomans actually boost up the production speed of production buildings, so there is a bit of base building involved. As you can see, we just got Anatolian hills for the extra sheep. We've taken 4 villages off of stone to build that second town center. I'm going to pop it near the deer here and that wood line in a very, very nice spot. As you can see, our split now is 7 on food, 10 on wood, and 2 to stone. At this point, you can think about rallying some villagers to gold if you want to look to get some eco upgrades, including, you know, wheelbarrow, double broad axe, you name it, you will probably want it. It just depends what your opponent is doing. Are they being very aggressive? If they are, then you probably want to save those villagers to go maintain themselves on wood and food for the production buildings. Now, talking about production, depending on your army composition, have a look at this table here or go through the various numbers of resources you need for different army compositions. Let's take a look. So for archers and sipahi as your army composition, you'll need 18 villagers on food and 7 on wood. Archers and spearmen, 17 on food and 7 on wood. Sipahi and spearmen, 21 on food, 4 on wood. And if you want to have double archery range production of archers, you'll need 14 on food and 10 on wood. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, do give it a thumbs up. And if you are interested in Age of Empires 4 build orders, I've got plenty on the channel, so do check them out. In particular for the Ottomans, I've got fantastic ones like the drush, the Dark Age rush into fast castle build, which actually has a lot of overlap with this particular build order you're watching today. Do check it out. Click the right hand card screen if you want to see that. Take care and see you next time.